Ka Menteri Pelatengka Jog Sarkar Peding ka Nirmala Sitharaman hanin kesngi thoding ka Buh Mawnongrim bantai ki projek ki baper ka shongdor sya kesi hajar arspa saupun riu klur ha Meghalaya ha ka bayi don langru da menteri rangba ka jela kurat ki sangma nolor ki menteri Jog Sarkar jela kata uba shanbor sulai uba lakmen rembui bat utimati di shira bat kumjuru ki officer bat ki kenhun ki balai don mencalang ki ni ki projek ki kenthop iki kam ki ba kongsan nadu kajing penpoi ki surak kajing penpoi ki mar ki mata kajing tei ya ki kam jungo kai perthei ka puli ka dangli bat kajing kentiu ya ka kamai ka kaji bat lakmi lanti bakan nang pen klan syu iki kam thai pateng bat kentiu ya kurukam im ki breu ha keleng ka jela.
Today, while Madam was digitally laying the foundation stone for these projects, normally you must have noticed organizers do is sometimes they will bring a TV remote or they actually bring Tata Sky remote also. And then I'm trying to look at the person who's controlling the button, and then I'm pressing the button, it's not opening, and then sometimes before I stand up also the curtain is opened up. It always happens. It's something that is we've seen all the time. But today it happens seamlessly. It was so beautiful. I think I really loved it. Because as soon as the compere announced the project, Madam stood up, she pressed the button, and the curtains opened up. You know what that means? It's going to be a great project. The project is going to be really successful, and it's a good sign, I must say. And and sometimes quite very skeptical about these kind of small details also, as you all know. So thank you so much, ma'am, for your presence. It has been a very long day. You were in Buh Mawnongrim today, where you spent time with the farmers. You inaugurated a very important project where we have set up the largest organic spice processing unit in the entire Northeast, which will impact close to 5,000 farmers. And like that project, there are 11 projects already functional, which means approximately 55,000 farmer families are impacted. And we intend to create another 45 such units, where our target being to have at least one such unit in every block. After that program, we were in another program where all the chief ministers, all their representatives were there in Shillong, where we are having a workshop to discuss the importance of externally aided projects, and more importantly, how can we create the system? How can we create the institutions? How can we improve the capacity so that states in the Northeast can take full advantage of externally aided projects? Now, as you all know, and you can see in the screen behind me, that Meghalaya is implementing projects over 12,000 crores in externally aided projects. Different agencies have helped us. And a lot of individuals, sometimes political parties, have criticized, saying that Meghalaya is taking all these loans And maybe this is the best platform to repeat this and to explain to everybody that externally aided projects is one of the best sources of capital to fund the different infrastructure and different socio-economic projects that our state is working on. And the reason is, if you look at the numbers in the chart there, it shows the amount of 12,466 crores worth of projects. Where it says the loan component is 9,126. Now let me mention this in front of everyone. The gap between the total amount and the loan amount is something that the state government, number one, has to pay upfront. After we pay that upfront, the 9,126 crores of loan that we take, I must put this on record and must thank, since Madam is right here in front of us. It is Madam and the Finance Ministry and Government of India that repays back 90% of that 9,000 crore loan for the northeastern states and certain hill states. Therefore, majority of the amount, if you were to calculate it precisely, 72% is what is repaid back by the Government of India on behalf of the northeastern states. And hence, it is one of the best ways for us to fund different kind of infrastructure as well as different kind of projects which require multi-sectoral interventions. And if you can look at the chart again, you'll see that there are different projects that are there. There are projects where we are doing early childhood development programs. There are projects where we are strengthening our power sector. There are projects where we are connecting and improving our road sector. There are projects in which we are doing work towards protecting our catchment areas. We're working towards rejuvenation of springs by creating check dams in different locations. So many areas of work are happening, and all of this is being covered through the externally aided projects. And today, as I said, we had a very good meeting, and that was the second meeting from which we are just come here for the third meeting. And so I was mentioning in my opening remarks that I really
they are also Meghalaya's treasury and potential. They are also Meghalaya's treasure and potential. Not just Meghalaya, the entire 8 states of Northeast have immense potential to progress. I have been privileged to witness this potential myself during my visits to the farthest corners of Northeast. Just last year, I visited Kifli in Nagaland, where I saw the apples grown there. These were excellent apples, grown with care and suited to the local climate. Yet many people outside the region have not heard much about them at all. That experience stayed with me because it was not an exception. It was the reminder of what the Northeast possesses in abundance. Products of great quality, rooted in local knowledge, but still waiting for the market access and visibility that they deserve. Across this region, you may see many such examples, which could be even more popular with given some more importance or exposure. Tezpur lychee and Karbiong Anglong's ginger. Manipur has Chakhao black rice and Kachai lemon. Meghalaya has Lakadong turmeric, prized for its highest curcumin content, along with Buh Mawnongrim, Khasi mandarin, and its own distinctive ginger. Mizoram has miso chili, known for its sharp flavor and local character. Nagaland has sweet tomatoes and sweet cucumbers. Sikkim has large cardamom, Dande Kustani, orchids, and organic produce that already carry a global appeal. Tripura has queen pineapple, a product of remarkable quality and growing recognition. The entire northeastern region is blessed as few places on the earth. I repeat this, I really feel goosebumps when I say it. The entire northeastern region is blessed as few places on the earth are. With breathtaking landscape, immense tourism potential, rich cultural resources, agri-produces, and importantly, talented and hard-working people. The challenge, therefore, is not lack of potential. The challenge is conversion of potential into prosperity. For decades, distance from ports, inland container depots, air cargo facilities, and major consumption centers has increased cost and uncertainty. Farmers, entrepreneurs, artisans, and youth of the Northeast have often had to work harder than others to reach the same markets. This is why, under the leadership of Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi, the government has placed connectivity, infrastructure, sustained ministerial attention at the heart of its development approach for the Northeast. This has not been a distant or occasional engagement. Since 2014, the Prime Minister has visited the Northeast over 75 times. The Chief Secretary literally said all these facts, and I'm just repeating because these are worth repeating for a region which has just waited for too long for its righteous development. So the PM, since 2014, has visited Northeast for over 75 times. The union ministers have visited the region more than 700 times. And just now you had the Chief Minister say, just in June, I was waiting to hear, and he didn't say it, thank God. I was waiting to say, will you leave us to work? Stop visiting us. We've had an overdose of central ministers coming. I was just waiting to hear it, but he's a gentleman, he doesn't sort of say inhospitable things. So, no, but the fact is that honestly we want to work, we want to perform, we want to be with the people of Northeast and see if we can do many more things which will make a tangible difference to their lives. So, this reflects a clear approach. Delhi must not wait for the Northeast to come to it. And that's a very clear, honest belief that all of us, led by the Prime Minister, have. No state from the Northeast should ever come to Delhi to ask for, we need this, we need that. Delhi must go to Northeast. And listen to its aspirations, understand its challenges, and work with each state as a partner. As a partner. We cannot say, all right, Northeast, we said it. No. You should come here, listen here, then go back to work something, and make sure that you deal with them as partners in India's development. This sustained attention is visible in the infrastructure outcomes. Between 2014 and 26, more than 10,000 kilometers of national highways have been constructed across Northeast only. I'm not talking about all India. I'm talking about just the Northeast. At an investment exceeding 1 lakh crore. Over 5,000 kilometers of additional highway projects are now underway. The number of operational airports in the region has grown from 9 in 2014 to 16 at present. Aircraft movements have nearly doubled, while domestic passenger traffic has increased more than 3 times since 2014. These are the foundation on which the Northeast's next phase of growth will be built. Roads, airport, bridges, digital networks, they all are the backbone. But for that backbone to carry prosperity to every farmer, every entrepreneur, every village, and to every young person, we also need targeted interventions that respond to local needs. This is where externally aided projects have a very important role. The central government is funding and supporting big ticket infrastructure across the region. Even as I'm very happy about the way in which it is providing these facilities, but because it's my borrowing, and because it's the borrowing of Government of India. I keep telling efficient chief ministers like Sanma, can you limit please, you're just going too fast. I have to repay the debt, will you please? And he said, no, I don't want to see it, please get a more project, but you get a more project. I didn't know that there were people in the state who were mistaking thinking he's borrowing. You see? Amazing, he's not borrowing, he's actually sort of saying, hey, get me this project, I'm paying for it. But I'm paying for it with happiness. Pay for it because the PM believes we have to do it. We need to do it for the people. So, people in Meghalaya, this is something which is long overdue. Your development, your connectivity, your entrepreneurship. And Northeast is a region very close to the heart of the government. I don't need to remind you, it was during the Prime Ministership of Buh Mawnongrim when a minister for the Northeastern region was created. That ministry had come to play only when an NDA government led by a BJP chief Prime Minister said, no, we have to do this institution. And since then, the rapidity with which we are doing in the Northeast. But since then, but particularly from 2014, you saw the numbers. And they speak for themselves. And that is why we need to keep this momentum up so that Vikasit Bharat, the engine is the Northeast. You lead us to complement this effort by focusing on specific localized socio-economic needs. They bring not only financing but also access to a global knowledge base. They bring international best practices in project design, procurement, contract management, environmental safeguards, community participation, and service delivery. They bring innovative technologies and tested models from across the world because institutions such as the World Bank, ADB, IFAD, JICA, and others work in difficult geographies and diverse communities across continents, and they bring their experience and exposure here for our benefit. Just today, I visited an organic spice processing plant in Reboy, supported by the IFAD, International Fund for Agricultural Development. What I saw there was exactly the kind of intervention the Northeast needs more and more of.